Do you think the beef started because of the Iversons, or the Slimes, or is it A-Reece, or is it Nasty C? Well, by the end of this video, you would have known. And I'm talking facts, factual, from the horse's mouth, that is, on how the beef started. Well, Nasty C was asked this specific question on how he thinks the beef between him and A-Reece was created, or came about, or started. And this is what he said.
How does this thing start? Like, in almost every successful rapper,
right,
there's always another one that's like,
the nemesis.
Yeah, exactly. So how do we get here? Is this just on a random day?
It's the fans. That's it.
He said it's the fans, and it's not the fans, meaning we are now eliminating. Okay, they did have a hand in this. Don't get me wrong. The Iversons and the Slimes, they had a hand in this. You guys had a hand in this, but it's not them who started the beef. Let's just get that out of the way. And now let's get to the meat of things on how the beef really started between A-Reece and Nasty C. Well, we are here now. And A-Reece, way before, I think about 5 years ago, stated on how this beef was orchestrated and how it started. And that was before we had the Slimes. That was before we had the Iversons. This is how it all started, in case you didn't know.
What's your relationship like now with Nasty C? What happened?
Let me tell you what happened.
The juice is about to come out, in case you didn't know, man.
Right? First, the label happened. Now, Nasty's on the up and up, doing his thing, you know, getting his glory. And then, boom, A-Reece pulls up, gets signed to Ambitious Entertainment. You have the label owner with his own agendas, you know, of taking over the game, because that's how every label owner, you know, that's their mindset.
You guys are like puzzle
yo,
chess pieces.
Need to be the one, you know? So, in order to be the one at the time, like, you know, regarding like artists in my age group, was for me to go at Nasty.
Exactly. Meaning Ukhosi, the label owner, of course, because he said the label owner, and Ukhosi is the label owner of Ambitious. And at the time, Nasty C, okay, he didn't sign, but he was under Ambitious. Ukhosi started this. Listen, it's not the end.
You know?
The same way Kitini came at you now.
So a lot of people don't even, I don't think anyone knows this, but when we created Couldn't, the song Couldn't that has MT on it.
Yeah.
You know when it starts, it goes, it's about to get nasty. It's about to get nasty.
Even this, Ukhosi orchestrated it, intentionally so, because this was A-Reece's breakout song, which featured MT, of course, which introduced him into the game. And at the time, I remember people were saying, okay, I was also saying that. I was also hearing that, right? That A-Reece was like sounding similar to Nasty, right? Because we were like, who is this kid? Who is this kid? Who is this kid? Right? At the time when it was coming out. So Ukhosi intentionally asked or told A-Reece to put that line, it's about to get nasty. That is when this just started, man. He was playing his chess moves. He was playing his chess game, Ukhosi. He's the one behind all of this. Okay.
In order to get there, you gotta do the most. And come on, I like competition. To me, it was just healthy competition, you know? Song for song, verse.
Exactly. To him, it was competition at first. Like, okay, because the label owner is saying, do this, right? So that you create competition, so that we bring the numbers, right? And he liked it at first.
Verse, ball for ball, let's do it. I'm game for that anytime.
Yeah.
But it became bigger than that. It became like the label owner's wall on
So
his
basically
own.
it worked.
It did work, but I mean, I never wanted to be like in Nasty C's bad books, and clearly I was in 2016, you know?
Exactly. Ukhosi, guys, is the one who started the beef. Ukhosi, the label owner, of course, started the beef from Ambitious. Right? Here, A-Reece is saying it. We are taking it from the horse's mouth on how it began. Obviously, Nasty C does not know about this. He thinks it's the fans, but this is how it all started.
You know, I like Nasty C's music at the time, just like how I like it now, you know. But, hey, I'm trying to be out there too, and I thought it was healthy competition, so I done did it.
You're young.
I just did it. I was like, yo, let's go. But then it became worse because it was the label owner's war on his own, you know? Like, he became obsessed with trying to beat Nasty. Let me put it that way, you know?
Meaning Nasty was fighting the label or the label owner. It was Nasty versus the label owner. It was not Nasty versus A-Reece. No. A-Reece was just what do they call it? A piece within the thingy, bro. Within the chess game. That's what they say. He was the move. Hence, now we saw him and we're like, this is a guy coming after Nasty. But no. There's a guy behind pulling the strings. And Nasty is like, why am I being fought? What's happening, bro? He's the only one fighting this giant label, man, on his own.
So,
But in that way, he just made him
in
look
that
more
way,
powerful.
he just screwed it all up, and I had to stand for myself at the same time, you know? I remember some people were going off on Twitter like, homeboy sounds like Nasty. So nasty.
Bro, I swear to God, man, at the time, just like how Usimamane, at the time he was coming in the game, he sounded like Nasty. Like, not that he was copying everything, but just his English and how he sounded, right? It just sounded like Nasty. Right now, we've become used to his ears because we've become accustomed to him and we've listened to him and we've of course spotted the difference, right? Hence, even on soft, you can hear when Nasty is rapping and then when Usimamane is rapping, right? There's no there's this difference now, right? But at first, that's what was happening with A-Reece at the time. We could hear him sounding like the Nasty, like Nasty, right? Those guys who were listening to hip hop at the time will tell you, man. I know some will say, cap. It's not cap, bro. That's how it was. He even had to address it. Him addressing it also tells you that how huge of that, like how big that thing was at the time.
Nasty, you know? And I took it to myself to say, okay, I'm gonna refer to the pen. And I was like, yo, I do not sound like David. I don't.
And this video that he's talking about when he says he does not sound like Nasty is this video right here.
Look, first of all, let me get one thing clear. I do not sound like David. Get the out of here. I'm the best to ever do it. I'm the king. I'm the heir. And it's A-Reece. I'm out of here. Yeah.
Okay, now let's get back to the video.
You know, on a verse, MTV-based CYPHER, actually. And when that came out, you know how it is. Oh, beef. Oh, hey. You know, stuff like that. But then, fast forward, Nasty C, A-Reece, same show, East London, same plane, same flight. You know, we land, he pulls up on me. He's like, yo, let me holler at you. You know?
Bro, see, even that video when Nasty C said he's the one that called to A-Reece, right? Or texted to A-Reece. I said to you guys, Nasty C is a good people, man. Nasty C is good people, bro. He pulled up on him, or he right, not pulled up on him in a sense, but he on several occasions he's been the bigger guy to come and squash this. He's been the bigger guy to try and resolve this. Coming up to Nasty C and asking him, yo, let's end this. It happened face to face, and it happened now when he called him and asked him, like, what's happening, bro? That just tells you that Nasty C is just a bigger person in this, bro, and he wants this to end. He doesn't want smoke, bro. He wants to smoke if you want to bring it, but he's not that guy who like go fishes for smoke. No,
And I'll forever respect him for that. He's like, yo, let me holler, let's talk. Yo, this is what the people want, you know? What's going on? Like, you got a problem with me? You can say it now, you know? Stuff like that. And we went back and forth, and then we finally got to like an ultimatum where we were like, yo, man, let's stop the dumb stuff. So me and Nasty, I guess we cool at this point.
Do you think you guys
I guess we cool at this point. And that was 5 years ago, if not 6 years ago. And man, they're not cool. Because why they haven't made a song together? Why they haven't been spotted together, right? Potting it up or just having a conversation. I'm just saying, bro. Never mind the song that's coming up, because even that one was forced on us. It was forced.
will ever collaborate?
Well, he said that he'll never make a song with me. You know, he said that once, so.
Yeah, I remember. He said he would never make a song with A-Reece because they make similar music, they almost sound the same. It was a fair analysis on his side, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. There you have it. This is how the beef started. The beef started because of a label owner, and the label owner of Ambitious, of course, is Uchos, as we know. Unless maybe it's some other guy that I don't know, right? So allegedly, it is Uchos because he is the label owner of Ambitious. So the label owner is the one that started the beef between A-Reece and Nasty C. It's not the Iversons. The Iversons, yes, they're the ones who propelled it, right? They caught on the fire as it was going, and then they propelled it, and then they made sure the guys never interacted over the years, and the guys never collaborated over the years, and whatnot. So that's how it is. That's how the beef started. So it was not A-Reece at the beginning. Nope. It was not Nasty C. Nope. It was not the Iversons or the Slimes. It was definitely the label. And then boom. Now, this is what we call a Nasty C and an A-Reece beef that existed. So if you didn't know, now you know. And it's all brought to you by me, of course, Makubalo, and of course, Z-A-Licks. Oh man, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making it this far. You are still watching the coolest channel. It is this, it is that. It is Z-A-Licks. Is there anything else that I want to say? I want to do, man? If there's anything else, I'll make a video about it. Because I feel like I'm forgetting something right now. But hey, man, I'm always here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making this far. You are still watching the coolest channel. It is this, it is that. Once again, thank you for watching.